Filipino students reciprocate City's love by donating recyclables and bamboo coin banks. And we find out what construction developments will do to Jingmen's wetlands and ecology system. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. First up, in the past month and more, the Philippines City chapter has been working with the San Mateo government to provide lunch coupons to over 1,800 students in 20 public schools. As some of these children have gained weight through eating proper meals upon volunteers' return visit, they donated recyclables and bamboo coin banks to reciprocate City's love and care.
The last time San Mateo Tzu volunteers visited these schools was to distribute lunch coupons. This time the children are happier and fatter.
I weigh more because of the lunch coupons Tzu gave me.
Tzu and the San Mateo government are working together to provide 20 public schools in the region with free lunch coupons to help fill the stomachs of 1,800 needy students.
For my family, this is a great help because the food Tzu provides for the children is their most nutritious meal of the day.
In the past month, over 36,000 meals have been provided. As the students no longer have to go hungry, their concentration during class and attendance has vastly improved.
I would like to thank the Tzu Foundation because if not for them, my students would continue to be lazy in class and not change for the better.
Seeing the results, teachers, more than ever, are in agreement with Tzu's ideals, not only promoting the act of donating to bamboo coin banks, but also leading by example.
I've seen many videos and news clips on how Tzu is really helping the needy, so I encourage my students to donate money as long as they can afford it.
For those who can't donate money, they bring in plastic bottles for volunteers to recycle. Surprisingly, the schoolyard is cleaner because of this effort.
I will tell my students not to throw away the plastic bottles after they're done with them. We can donate them to Tzu for recycling. Isn't that better than creating garbage?
In doing their best to help, these students have gained a new sense of self-worth that no money can buy.
Moving to Malaysia, Klang City volunteers began caring for Newshoot Scholarship recipient Sun Li Hua and her family in 2011. Though Sun's father at first refused City's financial assistance and care, after countless visits to build friendship and trust, he finally agreed to let volunteers help them clean up their home. Let's take a look.
In Klang, Malaysia, a family of 5 lives in this trash-filled house. The moldy mattress and cluttered cupboard have been stable furniture for them for years. Besides working to make ends meet, Sun Li Hua has to take care of her disadvantaged older brother and her younger brother who dropped out of school. All in all, it's a bit too much for this 18-year-old to handle.
I don't have any feelings about it because I've lived here my whole life. I never thought about changing it. I want to say that I'm grateful for their assistance. Thank you.
Sun Li Hua's 22-year-old brother and 10-year-old brother share the same name, Sun Zhongfa. It took much effort for Klang Tzu volunteers to establish a rapport with the shy but determined father.
The father said that he would like us to continue to look after his family. He hopes his older son can get a job so that he doesn't have to worry. As for the younger son, the father hopes he can go to school soon.
On the day of the cleaning, the region suffered from an unexpected water outage. Instead of calling off the cleaning, everyone band together and carried buckets of water up 3 flights of stairs. After 9 hours of work by Tzu volunteers, care recipients, and volunteers from Indonesia, this house is finally starting to look like a proper home.
As this year marks the 10th anniversary of the Zengkaren DaAi village in Indonesia, besides a celebration, Tzu volunteers also held a 2-day free clinic to help more than 250 patients. Upon seeing Tzu's success in relocating those that used to live along the Angke River, government officials promised to follow Tzu's example to help those in greater need.
Today, Indonesia, Tsuji volunteers and residents from the Singkarang DaAi village are celebrating the 10th birthday of the village. Tsuji's success in helping those that used to live along the Angke River has inspired local government to follow suit.
We just heard from the Vice Governor that 10,000 houses will be built in Marunda, and they will be operated according to Tsuji's management format.
Today, the celebration is joined by local government officials who say that they hope to use the Buddhist NGO as an example as they work to help those living on the fringes of society.
Tsuji Foundation has been helping the government and the less fortunate in this country. The Buddhist NGO has built this well-organized community.
We would be able to solve all the problems in Jakarta if we had 10 Tsuji foundations in Indonesia.
Other than a celebratory event, volunteers also held a 2-day ophthalmology-free clinic, helping more than 250 patients.
Thank you to all the doctors that have helped me. Thank you so much.
I was so happy when I heard about Tsuji's free clinic.
Other than helping those living in the Singkarang DaAi village, medical staff also look after those that have come from far and wide to receive treatment. In the years to come, these doctors and nurses will continue to safeguard the health of those in greater need.
For the past decade, the Tsuji schools in Singkarang DaAi village have helped countless children change their lives for the better. Thanks to the efforts of volunteers and teachers, these children have had the opportunity to pursue their dreams. Next, we meet 2 students who have benefited from Tsuji's help.
At 5 in the morning, after he finishes his prayers, Danang will join his track and field teammates on the sports field. Since junior high school, Danang has developed a passion for sports, and his talent was finally discovered after attending the Tsuji school in Singkarang DaAi village.
If I had not met Coach Ahmad or attended the Tsuji school, I probably wouldn't have discovered my talent. At first, I thought that Coach Ahmad was very mean, but after I realized that he is actually a very nice person. He doesn't force me to listen to him and treats me like his friend. He helps me utilize my potential.
Danang grew up along the Angke River and his family struggles financially. Therefore, he never dared to think about becoming an athlete. Luckily, after attending the Tsuji school and with the encouragement from his teachers, Danang has started to pursue his dreams.
After every competition, I will continue to practice because only with enough practice can I have a good performance. It is very important to have confidence in yourself and believe that you will be able to achieve your goal.
With courage and determination, Danang has won countless awards. Instead of being satisfied by these accomplishments, Danang has set a new goal for himself.
I want to win glory for my country. As a child growing up next to the Angke River, it is a rare opportunity to do so. I hope I can continue to improve and one day meet Asia's standards.
This is Yumi Farita, who graduated from the Tsuji school in Singkarang DaAi village years ago. This year, she's graduating from the English department of Sampor Erna School of Education.
When I was at the Tsuji school, all the teachers gave us positive feedback and teachings. They were very concerned about our future. Thanks to their teachings and encouragement, I was able to work hard and move on to university.
Yumi Farita says it was her dream to attend a college. Now that this dream has been fulfilled, she hopes to pass on the knowledge and love she has received from her teachers to the next generation.
I never thought that I would be able to receive a bachelor's degree, and even now I still think I am dreaming. I'm very happy that I did it. I hope to become a teacher and pass on what I have learned to the next generation.
To help those just like her during her spare time, Yumi Farita will visit Tsuji schools in Singkarang DaAi village to tutor youngsters. She hopes other youngsters can walk towards a more promising future.
I want to work harder to reach my goal. If we didn't take the first step, we wouldn't be able to walk on the path to a brighter future. There will definitely be obstacles along the way, but we have to be strong and never give up.
In our continuing series of reports on the 15th anniversary of TIMA in the Philippines, today we follow Tzu Chi volunteer Yang Wei-sun to see how his team carries out regular free clinics in remote areas with limited funding and staff. 15 years have gone by since TIMA members and Tzu Chi volunteers first set foot in Zamboanga, and countless former care recipients have been inspired to show up at free clinics and lend a helping hand.
Way now to the Lowland City, and we're almost halfway, and there will be 25 Tzu Chi volunteers and another 20 TIMA volunteers.
Setting forward from Zamboanga City, Tzu Chi volunteers drive 7 hours to arrive at Dipolo City, which used to be the poorest city of former Zamboanga province.
We were in Dipolo just 9 years ago, and there were a lot of, we noticed that there's a lot of patients. While they have hospitals, they don't have the doctors, they don't have the medicines, they don't even have the equipment. So we noticed that since that time, there's still a lot of patients that's.
To help patients in Dipolo, Tzu Chi volunteers arrive with medicine, medical equipment, and other necessities to conduct a free clinic.
Hindi na. Bale, i-vacate natin lahat ng gamit dito. We'll just use the place lang. Mesa, supplies. So some of the supplies we can put on the side.
Despite being understaffed, with the support of local government officials and hospital staff, the free clinic proceeds on a smooth note. Among the volunteers is also a former Tzu Chi care recipient who wears an artificial leg customized by Tzu Chi's prosthesis branch.
In 2004, Tzu Chi gave me this prosthesis so that I can walk. Without Tzu Chi, I would not be here today. I love Tzu Chi.
I love Tzu Chi. We're setting up the IV stand for the operating room, operating tables. We need to set up 4. And right now, Gestural is also working on the wiring for each individual table where the anesthesia machine, the cautery, and the suction machine will be attached to.
Volunteer Jesrio is also a former care recipient of Tzu Chi's prosthesis center. Now he's seen helping out at each Tzu Chi free clinic. Soon he will become a craftsman for Tzu Chi's prosthesis center in Cebu.
Since then, I have changed 4 sets of artificial legs. Now I am very happy because I am able to help other people in need, especially those who face similar situation like myself. Helping these people get back on their feet leaves me spiritually fulfilled and happy.
Lalo nang kapareho sa akin ng sitwasyon. So, masaya na po makatulong sa kanila.
Our purpose is not only to save a life or to give hope to a life, but to teach them how to be a human being and how to be a good person. And seeing him from a former receiver to a giver is, it's like a mission fulfilled for us. So it's very heartwarming to see things like this, and we hope to see more and more of them joining us.
The Philippines is a predominantly Catholic nation. In Zamboanga, Catholics constitute 64% of the population, while 24% are Muslim. Tzu Chi volunteer Yang Wei-sun is a Catholic himself. However, he practices Tzu Chi's great love regardless of his faith. Despite limited manpower, thanks to the support of the local government, Tzu Chi volunteers are able to practice Tzu Chi's great love in local communities and show local residents that love can actually transcend borders and faiths. In our next report on the 15th anniversary of TIMA in the Philippines, we will take you to see how TIMA members perform surgery for their patients and tend to not only their health but also emotional needs.
In Taiwan's Jingmen, with the establishment of the Little Three Links and the boost of tourism in its wake, the government here plans to build a bridge to connect Suitou Wharf to the Wujiang River estuary to ease traffic congestion. However, the same road will also pass through the island's largest wetland, bringing irreversible damage to its ecology. In our next report, we find out what residents think of this new and controversial project.
In the old days, those who fished for a living made more income than public servants or teachers.
Through folk songs, one learns of the prosperity of the famous Ho Fong Harbor. However, after the establishment of the Little Three Links and the International Ports Development Project, the harbor has been turned into a construction site, threatening the coastlines and fishermen's jobs.
Our tidal land has disappeared and the boats cannot sail into the harbor. The Ho Fong Harbor is a natural anchorage point, which means that we could let our boats flow to sea with the tide.
The coastlines of Jingmen were once blocked off due to military presence, yet after development became possible, the island now faces an increasing threat to its natural habitats. Among the hardest hit have been the breeding grounds for the living fossil, the horseshoe crab.
With overfishing and the damage to our environment, our coastlines have become more artificial, so the horseshoe crab hasn't been able to come ashore to lay their eggs, thus leading to their rapidly disappearing numbers.
Besides the west coast, the Wujiang River estuary is where these almost extinct crabs live. This is also where the 1.9-kilometer road to the international port is being built.
According to their plans, they wanted to build a 30 meters wide road with 4 lanes, which will cross over this part of the wetland.
In March of this year, the path created to build the connection road cut right through the estuarine wetlands, damaging the nearby environment. It was then that local residents questioned whether an environmental impact assessment was made.
Once the area is developed and the habitat of the horseshoe crab is destroyed, they will no longer exist in that particular region.
The affected intertidal zone only takes up a small part. It is not that the whole road will be built on the coast, but further in where the high tide marks are.
Between environmental protection and development, which is more important?
This is a main road from the Suitou settlement to the Little Three Links Wharf. Since today is Sunday, we are going to monitor the amount of traffic.
Within half an hour, 113 cars and 16 buses passed by. The traffic is not heavy compared to large cities. Vehicle accidents often occur on this 3-meter wide road, which is without traffic signs.
Whether it is the horseshoe crab or mangroves, I don't think these are the real important issues. Traffic safety is more important.
The construction of safer roads seems like a reasonable excuse. However, environmentalists also have their concerns regarding the natural habitat of Jingmen. At present, who will get things their way is still unknown. Back to Malaysia, volunteers from the Tzu Chi Kedah chapter recently held their annual vegetarian campaign with the goal of getting 10,000 residents to eat vegetarian for at least a day. The event was jointly carried out by 4 other liaison officers, and altogether over 20,000 members of the public showed up to take part, making the event once again an unqualified success.
Every year, Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia come together to hold their annual Vegetarian Day. And this year saw 20,000 residents respond to Tzu Chi's call to go vegetarian.
This event has been able to educate so many people on vegetarianism and its health benefits, as well as the karmic benefits that come from not taking life. So for these 108 days, I hope to abstain from meat completely.
To ensure there are sufficient vegetarian meals for everyone, volunteers from the Kedah chapter and 4 other Tzu Chi offices, including those from Chitra, Langkawi, Gua Chempedak and Pekok Sina. At each, volunteers were already preparing before sunrise. 3 months ago, Li Shouyue was admitted to the intensive care unit after falling into a coma. There, she was cared for by fellow volunteers. Moved by their love, Li vowed to reciprocate once out of the hospital.
With the vow constraint, I'm happy to do this, and the more I do it, the healthier I become. Conversely, just staying at home, I found my condition was never improving.
As lunchtime comes around, thousands of residents stream into the Kedah chapter to pick up their vegetarian lunchboxes, a sight that brings joy to the volunteers who are witnessing the fruits of their efforts.
Staying on the topic of vegetarianism, the director of Tzu Chi's medical mission and cardiologist Dr. Ling Junlong is another member of the medical community that is promoting the benefits of a vegetarian diet. In talks and even when consulting with patients, the doctor will discuss the benefits of eating more vegetables, which includes lower blood pressure and a decreased chance of dementia.
When he is outside, he eats what others do, but at home, we try to stay away from meat.
With an irregular heartbeat and high blood pressure, Dr. Ling Junlong believes his patient could benefit from eating more vegetables.
Folates and vitamin B6 are both abundant in vegetables and fruit. It is no problem.
Many patients have the same doubts. Can one get enough nutrients not eating meat?
If I see an improvement in my health, I will consider taking on the vegetarian diet.
It is not that vegetarianism is bad, it's just at times inconvenient to eat.
The benefits of vegetarianism are many, and cardiologist Ling Junlong does his best to extol them, whether he is seeing patients or on the lecture circuit. Among the benefits are a reduction of heart-related diseases by 2/3, cancer by 50%, and diabetes by 45%. A vegetarian himself for many years, Dr. Ling is a model of health at his age.
You see, he's old, but no worse for wear from only eating vegetarian. He can still see patients.
Vegetarianism can also soften our arteries and lowers the chance of dementia in old age.
Dementia is one of the facets of aging and is the result of insufficient peripheral circulation. If you reduce your cholesterol, your blood will be cleaner and its circulation will be improved as a result, leading to a reduced risk of dementia.
Now that we know the many benefits of vegetarianism, what's stopping you from giving it a try today?
To celebrate Tzu Chi's 10th birthday in Indonesia, Tzu Chis came together to put on the sign language musical of the Sutra of Innumerable Meanings at the Jingsi Hall in North Jakarta. The 8-month-long rehearsals helped these youth volunteers not only gain wisdom, but also inspired them to practice the Dharma in their daily lives. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.